Welcome to Dreamland Chronicles. I'm your host, Noah. Thank you for choosing to join us. Before we begin, find a comfortable position, set aside all your tasks, and let's enter a state of tranquility together. Firstly, let's take a deep breath together. Inhale slowly, then exhale gently. Repeat a few times, allowing your breath to become deeper and more rhythmic. Now, use your senses to feel every part of your body. From head to toe, notice any tension or discomfort. Just acknowledge their presence without striving to change them. As you continue to breathe deeply, let's alleviate the tension in your body by gradually relaxing your muscles. Starting from the head, moving downward, gently release each muscle. Feel that comfortable, light sensation, as if an invisible, comforting hand is gently embracing you. Shift your attention to your thoughts. Don't strive to eliminate them. Just let them quietly float by, like clouds drifting in the sky. You are merely an observer, unaffected by these thoughts. Let's take another deep breath, absorbing tranquility and peaceful energy. In this moment, you are safe, serene, and anything can wait until tomorrow. Thank you for participating in tonight's scientific relaxation moment. May you have a peaceful night and sweet dreams. Now, as you drift towards sleep, I'll hand the microphone over to Nicole to tell us a story.
Unable to part with your phone. You're not far from Pavlov's dog. Just like Pavlov's dog, we've developed conditioned reflexes towards smartphones. It's akin to Nabokov's Lolita, the light of my life, the fire of my loins, my sin, my soul, my precious. We clutch our phones as if holding on to the radiant beauty of our idols, embracing the latest episodes of our favorite series, and clinging to everything we can't bear to part with in our waking hours. There's no denying the benefits smartphones offer us. When your mom asks, "Why are you on your phone again?" you can conjure up 1,000 convincing reasons. "I'm not just playing. I have 1,000 tasks to accomplish on my phone, blah blah." Yet, as we pick up our phones for the 1,001st time to check messages, a fleeting shadow of doubt crosses our minds. Is this frequency getting out of hand? Are my reactions becoming too reflexive? Pavlov's classic theory of classical conditioning explains why we find it hard to put down our phones. They've become so intricately linked with reinforcements like news, entertainment, vital information, and social interactions provided by apps that in our minds, phone equals a colorful world equals a source of joy. Every vibration, every beep, every ding seems to resonate within us, evoking irresistible echoes. Let's talk about dogs and conditioned reflexes. If you've forgotten or never glanced at the salivating dog illustrations in your high school biology book, you can step into a Psychology 101 classroom and not miss out on Ivan Pavlov, the Russian psychologist who first described classical conditioning, a learning process based on forming associations. In his most iconic study, Pavlov successfully trained dogs to associate the sound of a metronome with the subsequent delivery of food. After repeatedly pairing the two, the dogs would salivate upon hearing the metronome. They'd even salivate at the sight of it. If you're a successful cat/dog owner, you might have noticed that after a while of feeding canned cat food, just the sound of the electric can opener can lure your furry friend into the kitchen. However, if it comes running for any can you open, that might be problematic. Your afternoon peach can, prepared for your indulgence, might lead to a disappointed fur baby scratching away. This involves the concept of operant conditioning, where rewards like food prompt cats to come to the kitchen more often upon hearing the can opener. It's the variability in the timing of opening the can, and the unpredictability of its contents, akin to gambling. Maybe the next can is for me. Thus, it establishes a form of operant conditioning with a variable reinforcement schedule, encouraging frequent attempts. What other conditioned reflexes exist in daily life? Not only do your cats and dogs form reflexes, but you do too, and they're probably more numerous than you'd imagine. Just as people engage with their smartphones, gaining entertainment or information with a mere tap, it unconsciously encourages excessive screen time. Once the association is formed, we reflexively respond, often without even realizing it ourselves. The advertising industry holds classical conditioning principles in high regard, utilizing this phenomenon to design ads that indeed drive consumption. The scantily clad models at auto shows, for instance, aren't just there for eye candy. They're there to create associations between cars and the physiological arousal triggered by attractive individuals. Your heart racing at the sight or thought of a car is actually excitement for the model misattributed to the car, driving you to make impulsive car purchases. Ads not only link products to our physiological experiences, but also to the things we desire. For instance, ads often imply, if you buy underscore 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 underscore, you too can become the winner depicted in the ad, with all the entertainment, excitement, power, prestige, and so on. Classical conditioning and smartphones, a match made in heaven. Smartphones are closely tied to the satisfaction of our psychological needs like self-efficacy and social support. It's where we connect with friends and access social support. We obtain a plethora of resources, news, knowledge, and entertainment through various apps and mini-programs. Through repeated pairings, a mere ringtone can trigger our reflexive response. Even hearing a similar notification sound from someone else's pocket makes us subconsciously reach for our phones. This is the practical manifestation of classical conditioning. Because smartphones have become symbols of fulfilling our psychological needs, we find ourselves in a state of sustained attentional preference. Our subconscious continues to prioritize it, even when we have extremely important matters at hand. The attention issue brought about by smartphones. Smartphones keep us in a state of alertness, diverting our attention away from the people around us and the tasks at hand, negatively impacting our interpersonal relationships and cognitive functions. A previous study by the university mentioned that even if the phone is simply nearby, switched off, or on silent, it can still lower the quality of interpersonal communication or cognitive performance. The brain drain effect: simply by sharing a room with a phone, you become less intelligent. These findings can be explained to some extent by classical conditioning. Our attention is limited, and due to the classical conditioning between our phones and the fulfillment of our desires and needs, part of our attention is allocated to the phone, leaving us with less attention to focus on the people and tasks before us. Once it rings, our attention automatically shifts to the phone, pushing aside the tasks we were originally engaged in. Smartphones wield such a strong influence over us that they've almost become irresistible. Though we see ourselves as masters of our own fate, the impact of classical conditioning on us is akin to that on Pavlov's dog. Given that we always have our phones, physically or psychologically, at hand, it quietly steals our attention away from the world and the people around us. Technology is a double-edged sword. It promises us a better global village, a more productive future, yet silently takes away from us. Perhaps for a long time, whether as a tool for production, a means of communication, or a source of entertainment, will remain inseparable from our phones. But at least, we can strive to understand them psychologically, and attempt to control them, controlling our own restless hearts.
Now, as we conclude our time together, may the serenity of this moment linger with you through the night. Remember, you hold the power to create your own dreams, filled with wonder and possibility. Rest deeply, knowing that tomorrow holds endless opportunities for growth and joy. Until we meet again, sleep well and embrace the beauty of your own imagination. Good night and sweet dreams.